Hello everybody and welcome to this Holy Grail Games video. My name is Georgina and I am here today with Owen and we are going to be talking to you about Dominations. So Dominations is a civilization building game that was funded on Kickstarter in late 2018 and it's now going to retail, and this is it, the final version of the game. So today we are going to be playing through a full game of this final version of Dominations. So it's a pretty crunchy expert game, and we just want to give you an idea of how the playing sensation is and the different strategies you can use and sort of how far it can go, and also the things that you do with this plethora of materials that we have here on the table. So I'll take this box away, which will make it a little bit easier for you all to see. So this is it. This is everything that you need to play a game of Dominations. I won't show you all of it one piece by piece because we'll be here all day. But however, we are going to play a full game. So to make things go a bit faster, we have set up all of our starting materials here. So we have our hand of land tiles, we have our starting campfires, and all of the other stuff that we need, our scoreboards, our player boards, all of our tokens. It's all laid out and it's ready to go.
And we've selected our monuments for the game, one for each player.
We have. So for those of you who have not heard about the game and didn't back the Kickstarter, so it's a civ game. We are all going to be starting off as basic nomadic tribes, and like most civ games, the idea is we are going to be moving from this little campfire and building our civilization tree. To do that, we are going to be expanding into our respective territories. So to do that, we are going to be placing these land tiles onto the board, these sort of triangular dominoes. By matching up the colours on those, they will be scoring us knowledge points. So we have all different types of knowledge. You have craftsmanship, art, religion, government. As you move along, obviously, you're going to be stocking more and more and more knowledge. And then these knowledge points will be spent to build cities, master new types of knowledge that are going to become the pillars of your civilization. We call them masteries. And then we also have these great big monuments here, which are the really cool 3D standees that are going to be added to our little board space and bring even more prestige to our civilization.
And guiding how we do that, each of us has a sort of asymmetrical or a set of asymmetrical victory conditions which simulate a historical civilization.
Yeah.
So Georgina today is playing the Babylonians.
Yeah.
The Babylonians need to build skills in art, government, and science.
Yep.
As well as, and so these are their these are positions in the skill trees.
Yep.
And then these are notices, which are these little gems that get formed within your skill tree.
Yeah.
If you are in, for example, art, you will have more blue gems, but they won't only be blue gems. You guys will see that.
Yeah.
She also needs to create a network of cities, all linked together, build a great monument, and then have a couple of big cities.
Yeah.
I'm playing the Celts, so I need to have lots of little bitty cities, which help me build conquest. There is no actual war in this game, but
it's
conquest
influence.
is...
Influence
points. I keep saying conquest. Influence. Warlike society. I am also going to be building notices in craftsmanship, religion, and trade, as well as skill tree there, and I may try to build a monument. So at the end of the game, if we get as many of these as we get, we will score victory conditions, but you don't have to do all of them.
No, you don't have to do them. Obviously, the aim of the game is to have the most victory points at the end.
Right.
The player that has the most victory points is going to be the one that wins the game. There are so many ways to score points in this game, tons, which I think the easiest way to do is just going to be to show you. So how about we get started? So we're going to start from the Cradle of Humanity, which is this tile here. This is the initiative track. I am in first position on the initiative track, so I get to play first. And I didn't skew that decision at all. So I'm going to go ahead and place my first land tile. So I'm going to place my first land tile here. And I'm going to gain knowledge points depending on the number of colours that I have managed to match up. So here I have blue for art. So I have 1, 2 that match, which gives me an additional 1 bonus. That brings me up to 3 on my player board. I also score 1 for the colour of my camp space, which is the large coloured space in the middle. So that brings me up to 4. And then I'm going to get 3 craftsmanship for this orange, which is here. So there we go. That's my first tile placement. So that's my grow phase over and done with. So now I'm going to move on to my build phase, which I can build a city if I want to. Considering I have 4 art points to spend, I am going to go ahead and build an art city because I need one. So I'm going to build my art city here. It has to be an art city because the type of city matches the colour that you build it on. So,
also, everyone has liberal arts degrees.
Yes, absolutely. That's canon. So when I do that, I gain 1 influence point on the score tracker. And also my reserve for art moves up by 1.
That means that she can now score 10 art points. Before that, her maximum limit was 5. If she had scored, say, 6 with a tile or something like that, then the extra would have been lost.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's only so much knowledge that we can hold as a people so far, and the more cities we build, the more people can accumulate, and the more knowledge we can keep hold of.
Right.
So there we go. That's the end of my build phase. Now I can get my develop phase done. So I don't have any art to spend, which is kind of a shame, but that's okay. I still have 3 craftsmanship to spend. So what I'm going to do is, with my little gaming aid here, I'm going to go ahead and master artisans, which is this card here. So artisans make mastery cards less expensive in terms of knowledge for me to develop, which is pretty cool. So the normal rule of dominations is the nodus here, which are these coloured gems that Owen was referring to earlier. Normally, each side has to match, and you have to create a full nodus of the same colour. When they're white, like this, they're what we call vestigium, which are blank, so they can be matched with anything. You also have these black ones called corruptio, which are dead ends, essentially. So this is it. This is the start of my civilization tree, and that's it. That's all I can do for this first round. That was already quite productive. So, Owen, over to you.
Great, my turn. And I'm going to follow the same basic structure.
Yep.
Grow, build, develop.
Yep.
So I'm going to start by growing. I will place a... actually, difficult choice. Yes, I'll place a tile with an orange camp.
Yep.
I mean, my civilization strategy is going to be a lot of orange and yellow and purple. So orange, I get 3 of those, plus 1 for the camp.
3
so
craftsmanship.
4 total.
Yep.
Sorry, 4 craftsmanship.
Yep.
And then government, I get 3 of those as well.
Sure.
It's not always possible to make this kind of easy matchup during later phases
No.
of the game. It can be more difficult, but at the beginning it really helps.
Yeah. You tend to focus on optimizing that a lot at the beginning of the game, definitely.
Exactly. So then I'm going to use my points. I'm going to use 3 of those craftsmanship to generate a craftsmanship city.
Okay, so that gives you 1 influence.
1 influence.
Track.
And then I'm going to spend my 3 red to also generate a skill. So I can either gain, at the beginning, the level 3 skills tend to do things like generate more of that type when you when you lay down a tile, etc. Or they give you some special powers. She chose the one for artisans that makes mastery cards a little bit easier. That's incredibly powerful. Government's level 3 special power is to take 2 land tiles. I think that might actually be useful at this point. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to build that one.
Okay.
Which is chieftains. And then I will be done. It is Georgina's turn.
Chieftains. So each knowledge card has its own, has several copies of the same card, and each card has different configurations of nodus around it, so that it makes it easier to get the matchup that you want. You're allowed to choose whichever one you like, depending on what works best in your civilization tree, and it means that you have very little chance of actually being blocked and not being able to place the mastery card that you want into your civilization tree, which would be really frustrating. Okay. Obviously, you don't have to start with the 3s. You could start by getting a 6 if you had enough resources to do so. It would just be difficult to accumulate enough knowledge points on your first turn to do that. Okay, so that's the end of your turn.
Take 2 random land tiles.
Ooh. Is that what Chieftains does?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So the game is played over the course of 3 ages. During each age, we're going to be laying 5 land tiles each. So if you get ones that are really advantageous to you and let you do really good matchups, that's awesome. Judging by Owen's sigh, he did
These
not
would be
get...
great for Georgina.
Yeah.
Not so good for me.
Oh, well. Okay. So, moving on. back to me. So I start again with my grow phase. I'm going to... Apologies, I probably should have been looking at these while Owen was doing his thing. I shall go ahead and lay this. So the only rule is I don't have to continue laying around the outside of the table now. I can continue to lay my tiles pretty much wherever I want, as long as they connect to another tile in a valid manner. So I'm going to place my second tile here. So what that's going to get me is I'm going to get 3 art from that initial connection, so that takes me up to 4. I'm going to get 1 extra for my camp, which brings me up to 5. I'm also going to activate this city. I've just destroyed my civilization tree. Also activate this city because I have attached a tile onto it, so they are now going to trade with that city, and that gets me 1 extra knowledge of that city's type, so that brings me up to 6. And I'm going to get 1 government and 1 science. I only get 1 of each this time because there's no double colour matchup. Okay, so that's my grow phase. For my build phase, I could do that. Can I afford it? Yes. I'm going to start building my first monument already because I can afford to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and get the Colossus down on the table right away. So there are a few rules to placing monuments. The Colossus has to be placed next to an art city. That's its requisite, which I have here. And then, yeah, that's the requisite there. I can do that. So monuments have to be placed wherever they have a reward icon or resource points. So I couldn't place it this way around, for example, because that's essentially the river, but I can place it this way around. So I immediately scored 10 victory points for that. So if you could pop me 10 victory, I'm the white one, and the victory track is the one is the grey track in the middle. So 10, Boom. And then I get to take the first. Just to be precise, the reason I got 10 points is because I have a city there. That's the only reason I get that. But I also get 5 extra points because I now get to take the first level of the monument and add it to my civilization tree. So I'm going to put it there. So I'm already up to 15. I can immediately steal 3 knowledge from an opponent.
Enjoy a single point of craftsmanship.
A single point of, I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get. So I will steal 1 point of craftsmanship from you. And that is the end of my build phase. You can only build 1 thing per turn. Mm-hmm. And then for my develop, I'm already going to spend what I was supposed to spend to do that. So that cost me 5. There isn't really anything else I can do. I can't really develop a mastery this time because I don't have enough points. I can't develop a new mastery. However, what I can do is improve one that I already have. Mm-hmm. So with that craftsmanship point that I just stole from you, I'm going to spend it to flip this card over and turn it to its advanced side. So now mastery cards cost me 1 less to develop or upgrade. So That's pretty cool.
Super powerful.
So that's it. That's the end of my turn. Back to you, Owen.
Great. So during my grow phase, I'm going to place this tile here, which does have an advantageous alignment. Yep. So I'm going to generate
4 yellow.
4 yellow and 3 purple.
Trade.
So
4 trade and 3 religion.
And 3 religion.
Yep.
Okay, and then I am going to build a yellow city immediately, which will... Oh, actually, this is a difficult choice. Yeah, I'll build a yellow city immediately. There's probably a more strategic way to do this, but that's fine. So that puts me here, which puts me 1 further up on the influence track.
Yep.
And then I am going to spend those 3 religion points on a skill on the mastery card. So priests would immediately give me 5 victory points. Mm-hmm. You are running away with the victory point game at the moment.
But
so
now.
I am going to
going
to specialize instead in perhaps saying for every turn, start of my turn I can gain 1,
They can be a good little engine builder.
Yeah.
Admittedly, you need to like start building the cities quite quickly to be able to store that knowledge.
Right.
Bearing in mind that at the end of the age, we're already going to lose everything that we have.
Right. So I'm going to build some temples, I think. The other thing that could determine that is that your little grid here, which shows you which skills have which notices on them, or which colored gems. And since I'm building for purple, orange, and yellow, I think that it actually might be religious ceremonies that benefits me the most, because that has all 3 of those on there. So I'm going to take religious ceremonies.
Yeah, because I mean, your notice are important too. There are a lot of moving parts in this game.
So many moving parts.
And there's a lot of stuff to consider. In terms of the basic mechanics of it, it's simple, really. You put down your domino, you build a monument or a city, and then you add a new card to your civilization tree. But there's a lot of depth to it behind that.
Okay. So I do that.
Very nice.
I've spent the skills, and now it is your turn, Georgina.
Okay. So, new tile to go down. Let's go ahead and perhaps put this down. So my monument is down, and that's great and everything, but I can't actually get any more resources from that now. So for the time being, I'm just going to have that sit there. I can potentially earn another 10 points later on in the game by putting a new tile here and then placing a city there. But the placement of that tile will gain me pretty much nothing if I'm not careful, so I'm going to have to kind of set that move up a little bit. Okay.
Because it wouldn't generate any resources, having no gems here. You'd have to come around the side with something.
Yeah.
And you can't place any tiles right here, could you?
No.
Okay.
So, yeah, essentially that's going to be a tough one to swing. So I'm going to go ahead and put this here. So I'm going to get 4 art from my match here plus that, and then a 5th art here. So 5 art in total, brings me up to 6. And then I'm going to get 1 government. Okay. So, let's see. Let's start by building. The trouble with that is if I go too far, then I'm not going to be able to do the other things that I want to do. This is kind of the challenge of it at the start of the game. It's really difficult to sort of get to do all the things that you want to do. I'm going to divide and conquer. So I'm going to spend 3 of the 6 art that I had to build a new city. So I'm going to place that city here. Bearing in mind that my objective is to have connected cities. So it's a good idea for me to do that. So I get 1 more influence. Brings me up to 2. And my limit, does not carry on because I need higher level cities to do that. That's already good. And then for my develop phase, the card that I'm going to go for is... oh, that's not bad. I might go for writing, because writing allows you, for every 2 art that I produce, I gain 1 additional art. Which is pretty good. I'm going to put it. I'm going to go ahead and make a green notice here. Okay, there we go. That's the end of my turn.
So, I am going to start by growing right here. This is kind of a grand slam.
Wow, yeah.
So I'm going to have 6 yellow there, plus 1 additional for my city. So I have 7 yellow. Yeah. Then I am going to also gain 1 green science for my camp. 1 science. Okay. So what I'm going to do with that, I am going to buy a 6th level skill.
So build phase first.
Oh, sorry, build phase first. Right. Oh, shoot. Okay, well that does...
You're going to have the same issue that I had, where you're like, I can either build or... You don't have to, if you don't want to. Don't have to. I just realised how super expensive the 2nd level of the Colossus is. Which makes sense, because technically that would be his legs. And they're long.
The feet are cheap.
This-
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to skip my my build
So
phase.
build, okay.
I am going to instead develop, because trade, there is the skill smuggling, which gives you 10 knowledge points of any type. So I'm going to be able to distribute those. So trade. However, this is a one-time gain. So, and I forgot to do something at my religious ceremonies. I should gain 1 purple at the beginning of my turn.
So nice.
Forgot that.
Well, that's just a nice little machine that ticks its way over on its own. You don't have to...
Trade. I'm not seeing it in here. Hang on.
Was it smuggling?
Oh, sorry, smuggling.
Was it? That's what you said.
Yeah, smuggling. Thank you. There we are. Okay, so smuggling, and then I'm going to try to match up the notices. So I want a smuggling with the yellow on the bottom, which I do have.
Okay.
As skills get bought up, you may not have the perfect set of notices, and that can become a sort of limiting factor.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the game, you can set yourself up. So I'm going to gain 3 victory points because that is a higher level skill.
Yep.
I am also going to immediately gain 10 knowledge, which I will use. Actually, I'll probably do during. Do you mind if I do that distribution during your turn to kind of speed things up?
No, sure. Please
Great.
do. Okay. Owen's saving some time. Right. So, I might actually go ahead and do that. That's pretty cool. Again, people watching will feel like screaming at me because I should have had this ready. I'm going to go ahead and close a locus, but how? Why? Where? Yeah.
I mean, clearly. Yeah.
Go ahead and do this. So, I'm going to put my lantar here, and that is going to create this locus. So, instead of scoring the way that we usually would, I'm going to score all of the points that I've just linked together plus the cap. So that's going to get me 1, 2, 3 government, which brings me all the way up to my limit of 5. I'm going to get 1 religion, and I'm going to get 3 art. And because I have writing, for every 2 that I produce, I gain an additional 1. So that brings me up to 4. Okay, so build phase. Well, let's just continue along those lines, I would say. Wow, my objective is really tough. Let's go ahead and spend 3 to build a government city, which takes my government limit up to 10, which is always a nice thing to have. That's the end of my build phase, and then I'm going to go ahead and get a new card. I can't afford that. Let's go ahead and get painting. Not literally, but the painting card allows me to do basically what Owen did with the religious ceremonies, which is gain 1 at the 1 art at the start of each one of my turns, which is handy. It's handy. Let me go ahead and put that. This is where I'm trying to get things to match up. Unfortunately, this card doesn't really allow me to do that, so never mind. I'm going to put it here. Okay. So at the start of my turn, I gain 1. And that's only going to cost me 2, because the masteries are at a reduced cost for me. Okay. Owen, your turn.
Okay, so just like Georgina, I'm going to close this locus. I'm going to score that big group of points that's in there, and it'll be enhanced by my cities. So if you can close a locus that's surrounded by your own cities, that's great. Sometimes other players will have cities squatting on there, waiting for you to do that. So my choices right now, I need a little bit of orange. So I have a choice between these 2 tiles right here. Which one of those I think will fit better? I do have, so I used my last turn to up my green and blue so that I could build a city out of either of those.
Yeah.
The question is which one of these sets me up for a burst later best. I think probably this guy here. So I'm going to go there. So that is going to generate me 1, 2 craft, which puts me at 6. It is going to generate 2 government, which will put me at 2. It is going to generate 1, 2, 3, 4 trade, which will put me at 6. Excellent. Now I'm going to need to build a city. I am going to have to clearly build a city.
I forgot something earlier.
Oh, I forgot my religious ceremonies.
All cities on a locus activate when you make a locus. Actually, did you activate this city?
Yeah.
You did. Okay. Well, I didn't activate these 2 when I did my locus. So actually, I should have had 2 more points than I thought I did. Which means I'm actually going to go back. Sorry, everyone watching. I'm going to change my choice of card. Well, hey, look, I had the point to spend. But yeah, absolutely takesy backsies. And am I ashamed? Slightly. I'm really sorry for everyone watching at home. So instead of writing, I'm going to go with philosophy. So philosophy is going to cost me 5 because of my artisan's card. It lets me start each age with 5 art, which is way more useful to me at this stage than what I would have been able to do with writing. So if you could put 3 victory points on there for me.
Gladly. I mean, not gladly. But
well, yeah. So yes, when you activate a locus, all the cities on that locus get activated at the same time. I forgot that.
That's the effect of trade.
Yeah. And thank you for not saying tough when I asked.
That comes in turn 3. The third age, when everyone's mean. Okay, so this has been built. So now the question is, do I build a city or do I build a marvel?
I mean, the monuments are a good way to go for you. Bearing in mind this card is blocking me. Like I don't know if I will ever have enough trade knowledge to do that. So you have 15 victory points in the pocket pretty much at any time if you can afford the 10.
That's true. However, it also means that I will fall behind on conquest. Or sorry, influence.
Influence.
Influence. So I think that I will in fact build a marvel.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend 6 trade to build the Grand Market, which goes right here.
Nice.
That is going to go into my skill tray. I immediately activate 2 of my cities. So
nice.
Boom, boom, I gain another. So I was down on 0, now I'm back up on 1.
Okay.
And that puts me at 7 of the craftsmanship. Now I need to figure out, and 6 victory points.
6 victory points for the card, and you get 5 because you have 1 trade city on the locus. So 5 points. Excellent. On top of that, so you're catching up. 14.
14.
Nice.
All right, so now I am going to build this out.
Bearing in mind you're like me, you have a corruptio there, so black nodus, that's a dead end. You cannot build from there now.
Right. So knowing that I need a whole lot of yellow, I'll probably have to go this way, right here. Kind of closes down my what do you call the open ones, the white ones?
Vestigium.
That one, Vestigium, but it leaves 2 more, so that's convenient. So that is built in there. So now I am going to develop some skills. The question is whether to develop a high-level trade skill or a craftsmanship skill, or to develop artisans, which is really good. Camps produce 1 craftsmanship as well as a normal knowledge. That's useful. It's probably going to have to be artisans because I really am focusing on skills. So I'm going to spend only 3, bringing me down to 4 on artisans. And it is your turn, Georgina.
Okay, so this is it. Final turn of the round, the age. I'm going to start building this way a little bit. Yes, it could be a good thing to do. I'm kind of out of the colours of tile that I need. So, yep. So I'm going to place a tile here. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 science from that, which actually brings me up to my limit. Which isn't the best, but there you go. So I've essentially wasted 1 point there, but ho-hum. And I get 1 government. So that's my grow phase. For my build phase, I kind of need to keep these cities coming in. Unfortunately, I do not have enough religion to be able to keep like a continuous line of cities going here for my connected cities objective.
You don't have enough art?
No, I don't. No. So it's going to be science. It's going to be science.
Could you trade using your...
I can. There is a 2-for-1 thing, but it's not going to be the most effective way for me to get what I need. So I'm going to spend 3 to build a science city.
One thing you should know is that you have a basic action built into your campfire. You can always exchange 2 of any kind of knowledge for 1 of any other kind of knowledge.
Yep.
So if Georgina wanted to, she could have converted all of that science into art.
So I need 1 influence point. I actually have 4 cities now, so I should be up to 4 in terms of influence. Okay, lovely. And then for my develop phase, I'm going to go ahead and start developing some government skills. I may get myself a bit of a sort of generation machine going, because I haven't really concentrated on that very much just yet. I might go for schools, because school is cool. Said like a truly cool person. So I'm going to go ahead and put it here. That works out well for me because I get a nice perfect match. So every time I create a red nodus in my civilization tree now, I will gain 2 red government knowledge, which is nice. And that only costs me 2 because of my chieftain card, artisan's card. There we go. That's the end of my turn. Owen, your final turn for the round.
So, one thing that I am also going to do is I'm going to keep an eye on Georgina's resources there, because at the end of the turn, end of the age, we're going to be scoring.
Yeah.
No takesy-backsy on
No.
this one.
No. I stand by my bad decisions.
We're going to be scoring the influence of some, or the aid of some influential people, depending on who runs each of these, who has the highest score in each of these areas. First player will end up winning any ties. Right now, looking at what I have, it looks like Georgina is behind on government, behind on religion. I need to remember to gain my point for religious ceremonies.
Yes.
She is behind on art. Ahead on... Nope, I'm ahead on science. Okay, so I can manage
Mistakes were made.
Okay, so I have a question. Can I place a tile here, even though there is no, there are no gems there? Can I place one off of this side to complete that locus?
So yes, you can. It will create this. It will create this locus. You'll just be missing a resource from that locus. So it will create less resources than it usually would. Now I'm hoping that what I just said there was true. If it wasn't, we will put a little note there. This is kind of like a special case situation. I will check with the author, but I'm quite sure that yes, if you put it there, it will create that nodus. You'll just have 1 less resource. It might be a better idea to maybe build this way instead of try and complete a locus somewhere else, but...
Spoken like someone who doesn't want me to mess with her network of cities.
I mean, look, if you create that locus, then you're going to activate my science city, which is cool for me. I'm going to get a science.
Cool.
Science.
But,
yeah.
Okay.
But you will have 1 less resource than you would usually get from having done that.
So there's no way that I'm going to catch up with you on influence this turn.
No.
Well, that's not true. There is one way that I could catch up with you on influence, but I couldn't exceed you. That would be to build a 2nd level of one of these cities. So I need to develop that skill. Instead, I think what I'm going to have to do is build some yellow. Do I have the yellow to do that? Let's see. So I gain some orange. Okay, so just for the sake of speed,
Sure.
I am going to go...
Always up for speed.
if I go there, then I gain some orange. I could build a
You're looking
city.
pretty good in terms of knowledge majorities over me. So just to give you guys an idea of what Owen is humming and hawing about, at the end of the age, we have the roll cards there. So the different roles are going to be determined on who had the most remaining knowledge in any one domain. So the person with the most remaining knowledge in any domain, before they lose it all, because you do lose all of your remaining knowledge at the end of each age, is going to be able to take the card and score the number of victory points that's stated on the card, apart from the governor, which is slightly different because we're playing 2-player. So FYI, Owen, you don't get 6 points for the governor card, you get 0 points.
Oh, yeah. Good to know.
So now you know. You do still get to choose the order of turn.
Okay.
That's specified in the rulebook. And then, yeah, all of the others will be determined by who has the most points left over. And I kind of forgot. So, yeah, you are going to get a lot of points at the end of this round.
Oh, but that'll
You're
pump you
going
up in
for it? You're
green.
doing it?
I shouldn't do that because that'll pump you up in green, which is super useful. Okay.
I mean,
so,
if you want to, that's okay. Oh, the end of this round's going to hurt so much. Why did I forget about that? Derp.
Well, I'm going to go here just to make this happen, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good matchup.
Yep.
So,
okay. So I'm going to generate
4 art and 3 science.
However, I'm maxed out on art because I don't have an art city yet.
Yeah.
So I just go up to 5.
Up to 5, yeah.
And how much science?
3.
Also maxed out. That's maybe not the greatest of moves. Oh, well, that's fine. So now I am going to build an art city.
Yep.
Which will get me up to...
So
I could build the maybe I should build a science city. I'm going to build a science city, which will take me down to 2. So I take that down to 2 there. So I build a science city. That goes here so that I can play off of it later. I could have gone there, but this one's going to be a little bit more productive.
Sure.
That gets me a conquest. Then I'm going to... backtrack because that was not the smartest move. Oh well.
You can backtrack. I totally did it earlier, so you get 1. Takesy backsy.
1 takesy backsy.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I go up to 5 there, then I will be able to spend my points on that.
Owen's playing the game the way it's supposed to be played, thoughtfully.
Okay, so what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to...
She said being distracting.
So... Stop it, Georgina!
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I will do that. This is just for the sake of simplicity. This is just playing on the camera, so that's fine.
Okay.
So
1 influence.
Okay, so 1 influence. So I'm up to 3,
Yep.
and now I am able to develop a skill. So I have a whole lot of points that I can spend here. If I...
You pretty much know that I'm not going to beat you on anything.
Except for mastery, that. So if I go down there, I could do that. I could... Probably what I need to do is to aim for these, so I'm just going to go for... see what happens if I develop...
Oh, you want to improve...
Oh, no. Traders. Yeah, I'll spell traders. So I need some points to do that.
Okay.
So let's say that
So you're going to do the free action of your campfire card 2 for 1. Okay.
Right, so I'm going to swap out 2 blue, which will still keep me up there, for 4 blue, which will get me up to 3 yellow.
Yep, sure.
Then I am going to spend those 3 yellow to get traders.
Nice.
Is it traders? Yes, traders, which will make cities cheaper to construct in the future.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, I'll just put that little stack right here. I'll resolve that in just a minute.
Okay.
Actually, okay, so I need lots of yellow notices.
Yep.
I should probably do this because that's going up towards the board anyway. So boom, boom.
Yeah.
Looks like I need more orange notices than yellow ultimately, so I should really be focusing on that. So then I get, so cities are going to cost me 1 less to build in the future. So now I need to make sure that I am beating Georgina on all of these measures. So I am going to spend...
Bearing in mind, just so you know, in Dominations, if there is a draw in any situation, the player that's highest up on the influence track wins. So I am first player.
I thought it was the first player who was first.
Yes, sorry, the furthest up is in the highest position on the influence track, so first.
Okay, so I'm going
That was terribly explained.
I'm going to convert 2 points of craft into trade to make sure that I'm higher on trade.
Makes
you
sense.
are currently higher on science, so I am going to spend my 2 points of government, because I don't really care that much about that, to make sure that I am higher on science as well.
Yep.
And then I am done, and it is time for the end of the age.
Okay, so that's it. We've played our 5 turns. It's the end of the age. So at the end of the age, we have several things to do. First of all, anybody that has a card in their civilization tree with an end of age effect, I don't think you do either.
No.
Okay, so those effects would get activated, but we don't. So we're going to resolve influence.
One less, sorry.
Yes, it should. Sorry, didn't remind you of that. So, resolve influence. Player with the highest influence gets to assimilate a mastery card.
Hang on just a sec here. Just because I forgot about that, I would have still had those 2 points of government. So I'm going to leave those up there.
Okay,
go ahead.
So, I am higher up on the influence score track than you are, so I get to assimilate something that's in your civilization tree. It doesn't mean I get to take it from you, I just get to copy it. The only thing that you really have that interests me is traders, which interests me. However...
And the current limit of the level that she can assimilate is set by the influence track. So you can see that when you have 1 point at least, you can assimilate something up to cost 3. You have to have 12 in order to assimilate something of cost 6 or higher, and you have to have 23 influence in order to assimilate 9 or higher.
Oof. However, traders is really going to just chop off a big part of my civilization tree, because it has a nodus in it has a Corruptio black nodus in there, one of the dead ends.
Everything good has a dead end. Sages, which is really powerful, if I recall. Oh no, it only has 1 dead end now. Yeah. Used to have 2, I think.
It's the downside to artisans as well, is that they have that Corruptio in there, which chops a bit off of your civilization tree. It is really cool. Is it cool enough to make me really, really want it? I don't know. I might take chieftains instead, because although the power in itself doesn't interest me, it is creating nodus for me, which is something that I need more for my objectives. It also has a... It also has a
but that Corruptio might not matter if you put it over here.
Yeah. I could do religious ceremonies.
Okay,
yeah, I could put it on the edge there. That's true. Yeah, could do chieftains. Where's the extra chieftain card? I can't find it. There it is. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll take chieftains and put them there. So normally the power of that card would be to take 2 land tiles. I am going to do it, because you get to choose which tiles you keep at the end of the round when you... Hey, they work for me. Okay, so that is influence resolved. All players are now going to score victory points equal to their influence. So I'm going to score 4. 4 more victory points. Yeah, I'm white, so 22. And then you're going to score 3, so that takes you up to 17. Lovely, and now the rolls. This is going to hurt a lot for me. Okay, so the player with the most government knowledge is you. So you take the governor.
That would give me victory points if we were playing more than 2 players.
Yeah.
2 players, not worth it.
So
but that lets me determine initiative order.
Yeah.
I think I'm fine with initiative
order. Okay, fair enough. So you is there anything you don't have the most of?
Nope.
Okay, well oh my god.
So I'll just explain what they are very quickly. So the high priest, let's see. The high priest here, at the start of this age, I can draw 2 additional land tiles. Yeah. Useful.
So
and
5
that's
points.
5 victory points.
Ooh.
So where am I?
Yeah,
I'm black. So I'm now at
22.
22, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I get the diplomat. That's going to give me 2 influence, and 4 victory points. 26.
Yeah, this wasn't a good move for me.
I probably should have been nicer.
You know what? It's fine. I forgot, and that's my problem.
The merchant My camps produce 1 extra knowledge of each of their domain for this age.
That's really cool as well.
Yeah.
So
These guys are really, really powerful. It's kind of, but the thing is, I also wasted a lot of resources doing this.
You did.
Those resources were not spent building larger cities or doing any number of other things.
But you're getting a big lead on me with this.
Did I already gain the victory points for that?
Yes, you just took them.
Okay, so then Inventor, 2 victory points. Not a whole lot, but a great power. Once during this age, instead of placing down a land tile, I can reactivate one already in place. That's particularly useful for causing a notice to explode a second time, or a locus a second time. And then the Craftsman, who is worth all of 1 point. Once during this age, I can place 2 land tiles instead of 1. And that is particularly nasty in combination with that. So
bearing in mind those are one-shots. Once you've played them, you have to put them back. But hey, you now have a 10-point lead on me just from the rolls. But I let you do it. So more for me. Okay, so that's it. That is the end of the age. So before we start the next age, we are going to reduce all of our knowledge to 0.
Except you.
Yes, because when it's been a long time, we forget. And I start the next stage with 5 art, exceptionally because I have my philosophy card. There we are. We are going to draw our new land tiles to bring ourselves up to however many we're supposed to be at. So I'm going to draw 3 new ones. 3, because it's 7.
I like your stack better.
You do?
Back up to 7?
I love the little boxes.
So is it that you draw back up to 7?
You
or
draw
is it that
back up to 7 tiles. You can basically you do whatever you want. You can either discard all of those and
I can discard these?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So
you're actually going to draw 9, not 7, because of the whichever card it is that lets you
do
do
that.
that.
Discard these.
Sure.
Those are useless. So I'm using. Where is she? High Priest. Draw 2 additional land tiles.
Yeah. So she goes
So
back.
I'm going to draw now 5 or 7 because
7,
I would be drawing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So those, however, you can't pick and choose. You have to just draw and then you get what you get.
I'm not sure how well these are mixed.
I have mixed them. They were shuffled.
Okay, good. Okay. Oh, not bad. Not bad. Okay, so I draw... Oh, that's 6. I need one more.
Criticising my tile shuffling skills.
Sorry. Here we are. Okay. So, not a terrible layout. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Okay. So next.
Okay. And that's it. So the next age begins. So I'm still first player because in spite of the governor, you did not decide to change the order of play. So we begin again as we have thus far. And I'm going to start by playing some tiles. So ideally, I'm going to want to continue my string of cities going in this direction for my objective. However, I'm kind of neglecting science and government a bit because I haven't really had the tiles to make it happen. That's okay. Let's start with this because it's just a good way to go. I'm going to place my tile here. So I'm going to get 3, 4, 5 art, which brings me all the way up to my limit of 10. Plus an extra one because I would have activated my art city, but I'm maxed out. I can't do any more. Plus I get 1 government. Okay. For my build, I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 of those to... build an art city, so that gets me 1 influence, if you would, Owen. Mm-hmm. And that's all she wrote. For my develop phase, I pretty much only have art points to spend. I should have gained extra points from my writing, but I was already maxed out, so I couldn't do it. I do have some points to spend. I'm going to go ahead and take theatre. Theatre is really cool because it has an end of age effect. At the end of each age, I gain 1 victory point per blue nodus that I have in my civilization tree, and I'm on my way to having a fair few of those, so that works. Nope, theatre. There we go. I'm just going to put this here. So I get 3 victory points for theatre. So taking me up to 20, yep. And I also gain 2 government knowledge because I've just created a red nodus. So, 2 government. And that will have cost me 5. Okay.
Do you remember to do that?
I did, but I was already maxed out. I couldn't actually use that power in the end. Okay, so that's the end of my turn.
So I am falling behind on constructing cities. One of my objectives here is to build 11 level 1 cities. Okay. So there are only 15 turns in the game, and I have missed building cities on 2 of them. So I'm really thinking about how to catch up there. Probably going to have to generate as much of that as I can. So let's say that that does fit. That will let me generate some yellow and some orange. And I will be able to do both of those, so that is probably good. Okay, so I am going to place this tile, which will generate 4
trade,
and an extra one there, so for 5.
Oof.
Because of the merchant.
Yeah, definitely. And then you activate your craftsmanship city, so your orange.
Right. So
4.
One of those,
4
but
craftsmanship.
Does that count as a camp or is that a city?
No, the camp is only the tile you've just put.
I see. Something without a city on it is a camp.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get 4, also orange. Yes, thank you. I also am not going to forget my religious ceremonies this turn.
Yes.
So now, cities are going to be cheaper for me to build, and skills are going to be cheaper for me to build. So I need to build a low-level city, which will cost me 3. So I'm going down to 2 there.
Kind of regretting not taking traders from you now. I should have done that. Never mind.
Can always build it now. What does it have on it? It has orange and purple. You're not going to need those. So I'm putting that there. And that is going to give me an influence. So I'm there. Now I then need to do some skills. Now what I really want to do is a level 6 mastery skill.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot down this trade and convert that into 1 point of that. Yep. And it costs 1 less because of artisans. So I spend 5 on a level 6 skill. And I'm going to figure out what that is at this moment. Perhaps not thinking ahead quite well enough.
Same.
So when it's a 2-player game, you don't really have the time to think through everyone else's turn, because I am paying attention to what Georgina is doing, so you get a little bit more time between.
Well, also, we're on camera, so we have to talk to each other and stuff. Gosh. And explain what we're doing.
Oof.
It's almost like this is a job.
When we talk to each other, we have to say nice things. So it's not like a real job.
Ugh, what a drag.
So I'm going to take bridges. Every time that I build or upgrade a city, I will gain 2 knowledge in the domain of that city.
Ooh,
very powerful.
That is nice.
So build some bridges, and that's my skill, and that will be everything for this. I can score. So what am I building here? I'm going. So I go there. Bridges with oranges on the top. Probably better to go. Okay, so I'm going to build some bridges right there. So that's going to gain me 3 victory points. Black, so 35.
Yep.
And that's it. And it's your turn, Georgina.
Right. I'm going to build right here. So I'm going to get 4 science because my city is there. So I activate my city. I'm going to get 1 trade, I'm going to get 1 government, and I'm going to get 1 religion. So, what am I going to do with it, though? What I'm going to do with it is I'm so stupid for not taking traders. Mistakes. So many mistakes. And now Owen's 10 points ahead. I knew what I was going to do. I'm going to spend my 4 points of government to take this. Because monuments are a common objective. So I can kind of come in and be a pain. Let's see, how am I going to get this to work? I'm going to put this here. So that gets me 6 victory points, which goes a long way to closing the gap. So 6 victory points, if you would, good sir.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to get 2 government back because I just created a red nodus. Mm-hmm. And yeah, there we go. So that's my build action. So for my develop action, I'm actually going to go ahead and do some science. For my doing science, I'm silly. I've built a science city already. I should have my limit up by 1. For my science, I have 4 points to spend. 4 is not going to get me all that far, but I'm going to take navigation. Because basically at the start of my turn I gain 1, and that's respectable. Where to put navigation? Here. What could go wrong? Okay, that's the end of my turn.
I'm going to take quick stock of what I have in my skill tree versus my victory conditions here. So I need to have 5 3 level in any of these 3, and 5 6 level in any of these 3. So I have 1, 2, 3 currently level 3s, and 2, 3 level 6. Question: does this count for? Does a monument card count for things in your skill tree?
No.
Really?
No. Because the cost of these can change. See, it's not always. It's not 3, 6, 9.
Good point.
So
Okay.
it's always masteries. It is
Right.
specified in the rulebook in the glossary section for those of you who are wondering at home. So yeah, no,
Perfect.
that will not count towards your objective, but it will count towards this potentially.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
I know
So first I'm going to score my religious ceremonies.
Yep.
Oh, then I am going to start building locuses. Placing tiles, telegraphing my moves.
I am going to do this. My secret plan.
Wish I had a mustache to twist.
Don't we all?
So, okay. Now I have my new skills give me something that lets me, every time that I build or upgrade a city, I'm going to gain 2 in the domain of that city.
Cool.
So I clearly need to go flat out on cities. Do not have a purple city yet. That is an issue. I could either do this or...
That's really good because that essentially makes building cities super cheap for you.
Yeah.
The only thing that it does mean, however, is it's not retroactive. So you have to have the knowledge in the first place to build the city, and then you get it back. That's the downside.
Right, and the problem is that you build cities before you do skills. So if I place an orange tile here, or this orange tile here, I should say, I will gain, so that'd be 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, so 6, 7, or no, that's not orange, so I get 6 there. If I build it, yeah, it's still worthwhile, I think. So I'm going to go here.
Okay.
Boom. Nice. And that is going to generate.
Much craft.
3, 4, 5, thanks to the merchant. 6 craft. Okay,
Very
and then I'm
nice.
going to generate 1, 2 trade because of my city.
Very nice. Do you have any multipliers? I don't think you do you? No, you don't.
No.
Not
Okay,
yet.
so then I'm going to build a city. So I have 2 choices here. I I can either build right here, or I can be mean to Georgina. My question is, for your chain of
Yes.
uninterrupted cities,
Yeah.
if you build, does this and this count as adjacent?
No.
Okay.
No, they have to be on connected, like directly connected tiles. And here the points,
So
only
it
the
can't go
points of the
through
tiles
the
are connected, so that doesn't
cradle.
count. No.
Okay. Oof, then it's
I
probably
don't
not worth
believe
building
so.
over there.
I'm pretty much certain that that's the case.
Okay.
If not, we will put a little tab in the YouTube video.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a level. Yeah, I'm going to build a city there. So I'm going to build a. So cities cost me 1 less to build because of my traders. So that will be. Actually, wait. Before that, what I think I'm going to do. Well, would that be worthwhile? No, that's too much orange. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. So I'm going to build a level 1 city, so that's cost me 2, so that goes down to 4 right there. Boom, I'm Celt, so we don't build big cities.
I keep forgetting to pay for my stuff. You need to keep an eye on me. I didn't pay for my mastery card. Why did I warn you? I could have used that to my advantage.
Because you're so honest. You are. So then I'm going to build a skill or create a mastery. So that is going to, I need to remember to score my influence for the city. Yep. Boom. Then I'm going to create a mastery. I can either create a cheap yellow or a cheap orange. I need more orange notices, so I think I'm going to go for an orange one. So that will probably be agriculture. Because for every 2 orange that I produce, I will gain 1, and I'm going to be producing a lot of orange. A lot of
Makes sense.
craft. And it is your turn, Georgina, while I fish that out and place it.
Okay. I don't have the tiles that I need, which is a pain. But them's the breaks. I had a good first turn for tiles, first age, and now it's all going kind of wrong. Okay, so I'm going to place this tile here. So that's going to get me 3 art plus 1 because of my writing. So 4 brings me up to 6. And then I'm also going to get 1 religion, 1 trade, and 1 craftsmanship. So a nice, yet slightly bizarre mixture of stuff. Okay, for my build, I really kind of do need to continue building cities if I want to have my chain of 8, which I need. However, I also need to do things. That's okay. I'm going to spend 3 to build yet another art city. I'm quickly coming to realise that I'm not going to be able to do all of my objectives. I'm going to have to make choices as to which ones I can do.
I mean, that's really the art of this game.
Oh, it is. Yeah, absolutely is. And I'm kind of rusty as well. I haven't played this for a while, hence my silly forgetfulness earlier. But you do have to keep an eye on so many things. So I've built my blue city, so I get 1 on the influence tracker. I am white. There we go. And let's see. For my development phase, I am going to pay 2.
I forgot to generate influence from my when I built that city. Gaining 2 back from building it. So it effectively cost me nothing. So.
Nice, yep. As I only have 3 left, I will spend 2 of those 3 to upgrade this card. So I get 4 victory points.
Caught up.
Gently catching up to you. And that's going to get me some cool stuff at the end of each age. I can't really do better than that. So, yep, your turn.
Okay, I'm looking at the colors. So I'm having some issues with my tree here. It's not building exactly the way that I want it to right now.
That could literally be the name of this game. But we
1,
couldn't get it to
2,
fit on the
3.
box, so we went with Dominations instead.
One of the really interesting things about this game is that the geometrical element gives you something else to do with your brain besides this sort of abstract thinking that you'll find in a lot of Civilization games, like a certain classic one that takes 12 hours to play from the 1970s.
There's a deep childlike satisfaction to placing the tiles and matching the colours and then doing the same thing with it. It appeals to my lizard brain.
You get a little poof every time that it happens. It's great. So the question is, do I close a locus or not? One of the great things about this is that I do have the ability to place extra tiles this turn. So I'm not going to use that until I really know what I'm doing. I can also reactivate a tile instead of placing one. So I could spend all that stuff and then do that afterwards. Okay, so let's say that I go here, boom, then that's going to build that. A lot of orange, which will go to waste because my limit is not high enough. Is that worthwhile, though? I should do that next turn. Okay, so what I will do instead, green and blue. Okay, so let's say that I go there, generate some green and blue. I can build a red city. Please pardon.
That's okay. I'm doing dastardly planning while I wait. And just know, the more time you take to play, the more time I get to plan.
Great. So, plot, I think is the term. Plot. So I'm going to place right here.
Dastardly plotting.
So this is going to build me a... So I'm going to get 3, 6, 7... so I'm going to get 7 yellow, which puts me up at 9, and then I am going to get 1, 2 blue because of the merchant. I am also not going to forget my religious ceremonies again. So that has given me a fair amount of that. The question is whether I place another land tile this turn as well, closing that locus. I don't think I can do that yet. So what I'm going to do is build a blue city. Cities cost me 1 less to build because of that, so that's not difficult. And I also, thanks to bridges, gain 2 in the domain of that city, so it is effectively free for me to build low-level cities. Then I need to build some skills. So I have a lot of points of trade sitting around. I could build a 9 even, as long as I have the prerequisites. So there is a... Guilds will, when I activate a city, I could activate all my other cities connected to it. Although I don't really need level 9 skills, I need level 6 skills, don't I?
Oh, that's lucky. I have only 6s and 9s in my objective, which is, that's tough.
Babylonians are a very advanced people.
They are.
You're doing great, though.
Well, thank you. So encouraging.
Okay, so increase your reserve. Ooh, that's
Don't mind
really
me,
useful.
I'm just plotting. It's fine.
Markets. So what I could really use is something which has purple and red on it, which none of these trade skills have. Or I could use something that has yellow and red, which would be useful. Smuggling, already got that. Market looks like the most powerful one so far, which is great. Because it will increase all my reserve limits for my domains. Since I'm building low-level cities, I'm going to go for that one.
Okay.
So I'm going to purchase a market. Do I have... There's no prerequisite because it's only level 6.
Yep.
So that costs me only 5 because I have traders. So I build a market. That's going to get me some influence. Oh, did I remember to influence? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I got
6.
2 there, so it should be at 8. Yeah, okay, good. So I forgot my influence from that. I'm going to build a market, and you can go ahead while I'm doing this because I don't want to slow you down.
There was a way I could potentially have saved myself with that. Oh yeah, no, not really. Ooh. Yep. It's getting complicated. So I'm going to put this tile here. I was planning. I'm ready. So 3, 4 government, 5 government, which brings me up to that many government. 7.
Many governments.
Many.
Have a government.
And 1 craftsmanship and 1 religion. There we go. So for my build phase, I am going to spend the 3 religion that I have. Why did I do that? It's a religion to build a religion city. So I get 1 influence. I get 1 influence.
Oh, sorry.
I can't reach. I have little arms. And then for my development phase, that sounded really snarky, sorry. There was a plan. Ooh. That's not bad. I could do that. I'm going to spend 5, which I actually spent this time, to obtain the level 6 skill, which is Theocracy.
Theocracy, what does that give you?
Many
gives
things.
You...
Many things.
Cities cost you 2 less to build or upgrade. Wow, that's great. Oof.
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay, so if I get that, then I will essentially gain 2 every time I build a city. How do I get that too?
It doesn't work like that. There are rules against that.
Well, each time that you build or upgrade a city, you gain 2 in the domain of that city.
Yeah.
And it would cost me 2 less, and I have traders, which cost me 1 less. So it would cost me 0, and then I would gain 2.
It would cost you 0, but there is a specific rule in the game against gaining resources from performing an action. You can't do that.
Well, this one here says that every time that you...
Yeah, but that's a rule specific to that card. But you can't reduce the cost of something to the point where you gain resources from doing it.
Oh, right. But effectively, I would be gaining.
That, yes, yeah, that would still work.
This one goes up to 11.
So, 3 points. Scrooge McDuck. White. I created a red nodus, so I actually get 2 points back. And there you go. That's it for my turn.
I need to remember to increase all my reserve limits because I built that lovely...
Could be doing a better job of optimizing my tree, which looks like something out of Tetris in a minute.
Mine as well, unfortunately. Although yours is at least linear and you're really closing up all those notices there.
I keep trying, but it just doesn't quite work.
So which one did you just gain? Theocracy,
yeah.
And you gained the one which has... good, okay. I need to look at that card really quickly and just see if there is a version which would let me close some notices. I will determine whether I will. Please say there's one. Ooh, there is. Okay, so there's one with purple on top and red on the left. So that's a goal. Okay.
Already at the end of the age.
Oof, God. So quickly.
It does feel really fast. For all of you guys watching at home, this probably feels excruciatingly slow because some people take a long time to decide what they're going to do. But to us, it feels super fast. So, yeah.
So since we're close to the end of the age, I'm going to use some of my powers. I'm going to use the Inventor and the Craftsman.
Yep.
So probably what I should be doing... It's good. The reason that I raised all of my reserve limits last turn was so that I could do this big explosion of points.
Yeah.
Explosion of points. So I am going to start by closing a locus.
But where? You have 2 possible locuses, but it's far more worthwhile for you to do this one because you have many cities there.
Right. Well, but I also have many cities here.
Oh yeah, you have more options than I thought.
So the question is, which one do I start with? So I'm going to start with, and what city do I want to gain? So I don't have any purple cities yet. I probably should. There's not really a reason for me not to. Oh, first I'm going to gain my religious ceremonies.
Okay.
Because I'm not forgetting.
Do that. I think I forgot to do that as well.
So if I do this, then I will generate
No, I didn't.
2,
Oh, yeah. I
1,
should
2,
have
3, 4,
one
5,
science.
6, 7. And I can bear that many. That's great. Okay. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to place this purple tile down.
Nice.
The purple camp tile.
Yep.
So I'm going to generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's going to get me up to 13 craftsmanship. That's not staying. That's fine. And then I am going to be generating 1, 2 trade. Puts me up to 6. Going to generate 1, 2 because of the power of the merchant of religion. So that puts me up to 6. The power of the merchant. Okay, so that has happened, and now I am going to use the craftsman. Place 2 land tiles instead of 1. So I am now going to boom, gain a little bit more. So if I can, I'm going to gain 1, 2, 3, 4 of that already. What else can I build? I don't really need that. I don't want to give you more green cities. So for the sake of speed, I'm going to go here.
Okay.
Okay. So this is going to generate 1, 2, 3 craft, which brings me up to my limit of 15. It is going to generate 1, 2. Just 1.
Yep, just one. So it's only the cities
one.
So basically you get whatever's in the middle and then your
Yeah.
cities plus the camp of the tile that you just placed. That's how locus works.
Forgetting about that. Sorry. So 3
okay.
then science.
Yep.
And then I am going to gain already on trade, right? I think I did the trade already. Yeah, I did.
think so. Sorry,
but it's okay. I wasn't
keeping
paying
an eye on
attention.
you.
That's fine. My own fault. God, things start moving really quickly. Okay, so that's a whole lot of stuff. So now I'm going to build something.
Okay.
I am going to build either an orange or a purple city. I don't have any purple cities yet. Is it advantageous for me to be out there? Probably. So I will... This would build towards new locuses. And I have the points for that. Where are you on purple? Okay,
Not
it's not going to cost... it's effectively not going to cost me
I'm not
anything.
a religious person.
So costs 1 less, generates 2 because of that, so it basically costs me nothing.
Yep.
Boom. Okay, so I go there. And then I am going to build a skill, so I'm going to build... See, so theocracy will close that, which is nice. But what I really need is more...
Did you just build a city?
Yeah.
Did you take your influence point?
No. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need to build 4 cities next turn in order to make my objective. I also need to make 7 of these, 5 of these, and 3 of these.
Yep.
Theocracy gets me closer to that. I'm done, and it's your turn.
Okay. Right, here we go. So I am going to...
And 3 victory points.
I'm going to close this locus. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3 science. Brings me up to 6. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3 religion. Takes me up to 3. I'm going to... This should have moved up as well because I built a religion city. I'm going to get 1 craftsmanship and 2 government. And you will get 1 trade because you are also on the locus and it is closed. Okay, so that was a nice bit of production there to start off the turn. Now, this is where it gets complicated. Because of how this age has gone, I kind of, if I don't want to get left behind, I'm gonna have to do my best to not let you assimilate anything from me. I need to make sure that you don't win, basically, from the from an influence point of view. The only issue is you don't really have any cards that interest me all that much. But at the same time, I don't want to give you one of mine because I'm just like that.
Well, you don't either have. You also don't have cards that influence me that much, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah.
I don't really want to be leaving you with too much, but at the same time, I should be all right.
These don't overlap. Otherwise, we'd be in greater conflict.
Yes.
And we'd be competing for skills.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm going to, for my build phase, I'm going to profit from my Theocracy card. I'm going to spend 4 instead of 6. And that is going to allow me to move my government city up to level 2. So that's going to score me 2 influence, which probably isn't going to save me actually with hindsight, but hey-ho. And then I do have a little bit of that. Might be a good idea for me to try and develop something decent for next round. I really can't be leaving you with so many points again, though, because the fact that you got everything last turn was really hard on me. I should have gained 1 science at the start of my turn, apologies. It's the only one of those that I have. I could just upgrade a card. That's always a good thing to do when you're not sort of sure how to take things. I could upgrade something that I already have. They've proven to be surprisingly useful so far. Temples. I'm kind of sort of giving up on one of my objectives because I know I'm not going to be able to do it at this stage. So let's go for temples and see how that works. So, temples. You may go ahead and start your turn while I figure out what configuration I want for this.
Okay. So I do have the inventor, which will, once this turn age, instead of placing down a land tile, I can activate one that's already down. Blowing up one of my locuses again is probably a wise choice. However, this locus is already covered, so it's covered by a monument, so that can't be reactivated. Is that correct? That?
No, it can. It can.
Okay.
Yes, you just lift up the
okay, good to know. Okay, but one of the things that I want to do is to make sure that Georgina does not dominate science, because that's useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reactivate this locus using the inventor. So that is going to give me a whole lot of, that gives me 3 green.
Yep.
Okay, so that puts me at 6. That gives me...
So which one are you redoing, sorry?
This
one,
right here.
3.
That gives me 4 trade, which puts me at 11. That gives me 1 blue.
I'm doomed.
I'm not going to forget about my religious ceremonies again, so I need to remember that I'm at now at 7 for that. And then it gives me 1. So if I activate the locus, okay, so I'm activating this one, so I gain, or no, I'm activating, say,
What's going through my brain there? I don't know.
This one, because that's going to give me an extra camp there. So that becomes the camp. So that will then give me 2, which puts me at 8. Okay. And then I get my knowledge or craftsmanship. I'm already maxed out. Okay, so now I need to build a level 6. Are there any skills? Do any of these let you develop 2 skills at once or anything?
No.
And there's none that let you both build a monument and a city, are there?
I don't think so, no.
I don't think so,
I
yeah.
haven't memorised them all, but... That would be insanely powerful.
That's true, yeah. That would be super powerful.
Also, my brain kind of hiccuped when I was doing my development phase, and for some reason I just kind of forgot that I had 7 science there.
Do you want to spend it on something? Did you develop a car?
I did temples, but honestly I don't know why I did that.
If you want to take it back, go for it. No
that's kind of you. Yeah, sure, I'll change it.
Okay, I'll decide my skill while you decide your skill.
I know what I want. So
okay.
So this is your last turn anyway. So basically, take your time with doing what you're doing, and then we will do the end of the turn round thing.
So I think that I'm going to do For skills, I'm going to do livestock, which will give
Makes
me
sense.
both this purple and the green gem. That's the main reason that I'm taking it.
Yeah.
My camps produce one orange as well as their normal knowledge. It's not that powerful.
Yeah.
But, oh wait, shoot. That doesn't fit, does it? Oh no. There is no livestock that fits that configuration.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's none with a purple on the top and a green on the right. There are only 4 possibilities.
Is that what you
in
were
each of
trying
them.
to do?
And so,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's simply not going to
that.
fit. So what I need to do is build orange notices and try to open up some other ones. So if there's something here that has...
What did you do for your build? Did you build something?
Forgot to build something, didn't I?
I was going to say.
Well then.
Because I was looking at the influence track and thinking, you should be ahead of me in the influence track
Well,
now.
thank you.
So my desperate bid to win on the influence was completely pointless because I kind of forgot that you still had a build phase left. Oh well.
So for essentially free, I am going to build an orange city.
Yep.
Because it cost me 1 less, cost me 2 less. Actually, I would gain 2 orange, but I'm not going to.
Yep.
Where are you on green? So you're at 7. Okay, I'm at 8. Got you on the craft. Got you on all the commodities, I think.
You've got me on everything. I can't
Okay.
I can't beat you on anything.
So I need. So I've got 1, 2,
Apart from government.
3, 4
Yeah.
level 6 skills.
Yeah.
I need 1 more, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4.
Yep.
So I need to build 1 more of each of those, and then I've got that, and then I need to focus on gems. Also, there's no way I'm going to get to 35 influence. That's just insane.
You can do it. There are combinations of cards that let you sort of gain quite a lot of influence in one go.
I see, like masonry. Okay.
Yeah. So you've got like Templars, relics, like religion is really good for getting influence, and so is government.
Okay.
Actually, they all have ways of doing it.
Okay, so I need to figure out what skill to take that's going to fit me for gems really quickly. Sorry, this will just be a moment. So I need to build some orange gems. I only have 1 orange leading off at the bottom at the moment, so I'm going to have to do something that has orange and it will lead into yellow. So a level 6. Let's say road building. And I'm done.
Okay. So that is the end of the age. Can you just add me 3 victory points on the track just because I added medicine, so that's why I
Okay.
added those.
Road building is going to give me 3.
However, you should be ahead of me on the influence track. We're equal and we shouldn't be. You moved me along with you, I think, which is kind, but
hang on just a second. Let me just decide with road building what I'm doing. I need one with an orange on the top. That'll go right there. Okay, and then that gives me 3 victory points as well, which puts me at 44.
Yep.
Only barely ahead. And
so you have the highest influence, so you're going to be able to assimilate a mastery card from me.
wait, do we do end of the age? End of the age.
Oh, end of the age effects. Sorry. End of the age effects first of all. So the only end of age thing that I have 2. I have gained 2 victory points per art nodus in my civilization tree. So I have, yeah, I really should have worked harder to like maximize that to make it actually worth it. I only have 2, but hey, that's 4 points. I'll take it.
Boom.
And then I have the same thing for medicine. I get 1 victory point per science nodus. So I get 1, 2, 3.
Nice. 48. Road building is going to give me 1 victory point per orange in my tree. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice.
So I'm going to go up to 49. And I have no other end of the age effects.
Okay.
Then resolve influence.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do have the higher influence at this moment. So I am going to assimilate one of your skills. So I need to find something that has orange and yellow.
Orange and yellow. I don't think I have anything that has those. No, I don't.
Do you have anything that has purple and green?
I would imagine so. Oh no, I don't. Nope. You're out of luck.
Okay.
If not, just literally anything that works for you.
Yellow and
Artisans you
red.
already have.
Theocracy, I already have. Chieftains, I already have. Schools could be handy.
Yeah, that's always a handy one, admittedly. Yeah, any level 6s you can't take yet because you haven't reached the necessary level of 12. Right. So it's only 3s.
And
but if they help you,
navigation maybe.
Navigation has yellow and red, and you've got yellow and red in the corner there. So go for navigation.
Thank you.
We gain victory points equal to our influence scores. So you're going to get 9. And I'm
of course, there's not one that's in that configuration.
Really?
No. I've got 1, 2, 3 navigations, and there's none with the yellow on the right and the red on the bottom. So let me just figure that out. I guess I'll just go here. That's fine. There's one with the red on the bottom here. Boom, that creates a red notice. Actually, no, I should be creating a yellow notice if I can. Ugh.
You got there.
Yeah.
And there.
Boom.
Okay, nice. So we gain victory points equal to our influence scores. So you're going to get 9 points and I get 8. So if you can just do our scores there.
So you're going to go up to 56, and I'm going to go up to 48 or 58.
And now the dreaded rolls. So the rolls, once again, I have done very poorly. The only thing I get is government.
Darn it.
I get government, but I don't get any points for getting government. So so there you go.
It's kind of like the statement of the situation in the world today.
Yep.
Not really worth a lot. So I'm going to just walk through real quick. Yeah. So I'm going to High Priest is 5 points. That's 58, so 63. Okay. The Diplomat is 4 points.
Yep.
So that puts me up to 67.
Yep.
The Merchant is 3 points. That's 70.
Yeah.
Inventor is 2 points, 72, and Craftsman is 1 point, 74.
Okay.
Or sorry, 73. Okay, and we are ready for the beginning of the next turn. So we're going to reset, except you, of course, get to start with 5 philosophy.
0.
That's a lot of wasted resources.
It is. Admittedly, yeah. That's a lot of stuff you could have spent on some pretty cool cards, but hey, or like high level cities or whatever. But you don't need them for your objectives. So yeah. I'm
going to discard this guy, and then would draw back up to 7. I'm going to draw back up to 9 instead because of this guy. I forgot to get my 2 influence from the Diplomat, so I'm at that. So I'm going to draw up to 9, so 6 more. 3. Come on. 6. 4.
There we go. That's me done.
Well, that's a lot of red, purple, and orange. Okay.
I'm going to stay as first player. I get the choice if I want to change or not. I'm gonna stick with what I have. So I am still first player. So let's go ahead and play this final age. So I'm going to go ahead and start by... playing this. So I get 4 art, up to 9. I get 4 art, which brings me up to 9. I get 2 religion, and I get 1 government. Okay. I'm probably just going to continue my building spree. So I'm going to spend 1 to build a religion city here. And for my... it's about time, isn't it, that I get a nice level 9.
Up to 9 now?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3,
That would have been handy before. Never mind. Yeah, so the level 9 cards have prerequisites, and in a lot of cases I don't actually have the necessary to get what I need. That's not too bad. Okay, to rethink that slightly. Slight oversight on my part. There was a prerequisite that I would have needed to take what I was looking for, and it wasn't there. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and get music. Yep, music, which costs me 5. Okay, that's the end of my turn. You can go ahead and start then.
Okay, for the sake of speed, I'm going to use the scientist instead of, or the inventor. Mm-hmm. Instead of placing down a new land tile, I'm going to reactivate one already in place. I am going to reactivate one of these so that I can boom that locus again. I think I'll activate this one so that I get a little bit more purple.
Okay.
So I'm going to, also I'm not going to forget my religious ceremonies. I get 1, 2 because I have a city on there, so that's going to put me up to 3. Then I am going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 orange. However, I've been forgetting agriculture.
Yep.
For every 2 that I produce, I gain 1. So I gain 10 craft. Then I am going to gain 1, 2 trade.
Yep.
Okay. And is there anything else on here that I did? Oh, I forgot my navigation. Gain 1 green at the start of my turn. Okay, and then I have been looking for, I'm specifically concentrating on my tree. I see this opportunity here to build a yellow and a orange notice at the same time.
Yeah.
So I am going to purchase fishing. That's going to cost me 1 less for my artisans.
Yep.
Oh wait, I forgot to build cities. Hang on. Sorry.
Build phase.
First build phase. Thank you.
However, I've just been looking at your player board. I see that your reserve limit is at 15 for...
But that's because I built the...
oh, that's for markets, is it?
Markets.
I beg your pardon.
Whichever one.
Yeah, it's there.
There you go,
Yeah, sorry.
So, did that specifically because I saw myself bringing up a lot of points in the future. So, what I'm going to do is build a yellow city, which only costs me 2 because I have traders. So that goes there, which increases that by 1. And then I am going to do fishing, which costs me 2 because of that. Oh, wait, actually, sorry. When I build a city, I should also be gaining... So I should be gaining... Sorry, it should be costing me 0.
Yeah, you should be gaining 2,
So I should be gaining 2 effectively. So I'm going up to there. Okay. Then I'm going to do this.
Yep.
And that is going to do very little for me. There's not really anything else that I can do at this moment. I could convert some points down, knowing that I'm going to get some more orange in the future.
Yeah.
I might do that. I think I'll do that right away and convert this to 6 orange and move those up in something I'm not likely to dominate. Let's say green. So I'm going to turn that into 3 right there. Or no, blue. So I'm going to turn that into 2 right there. And it is your turn. Thank you.
I'm going to put this here. So that's going to get me 3 religion. And that's going to get me 3 government. Okay. Start of my turn, I gain my 1. I need to not forget that each time. I really need to do this at this point, so I'm going to spend 4 for my build phase to upgrade one of my art cities to level 2, which brings my reserve up to level 15. Up to 15 points of So that's that. So it would normally cost me 6, but because I have theocracy, it's less.
Okay. Did you build a city? Sorry.
I did. I upgraded a city
And
to level 2. Yes, so I should have 2
11,
points.
nice.
Yeah. And then for my develop phase, I'm going to take a religion card. I'm going to take temples, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm counting my notices right now because I'm calculating for that. I know that I need 1 more purple notice. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm good on yellow notices, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oranges. So I need 1 more orange. So I need a purple and an orange. Okay. What skills have purple and orange? Livestock. Still not terribly useful. I can build it over there. Okay. And that's probably all that I have for the moment. Okay. So I'm going to place some tiles. I'm not really thinking super strategically about my tiles at this point because I'm doing pretty good on resources. Let's see. So, how many turns do we have left this turn?
This is turn 2.
2. So we have
3 turns left.
3 turns left. So I'm going.
You're calculating far further ahead than I am, which is also why you're winning.
Unfortunately, I'm hitting that point where it's crunching faster. It's moving faster than I can crunch, and I'm starting to get analysis paralysis. So that being the enemy of fun, I will just do something random, which is always a great idea.
That never goes wrong. Never. I'm sure that'll be fine. Do that.
Yeah, that seems fine.
What could go wrong?
So let's say that I just put down an orange city and I build a whole lot of orange. Orange as a strategy has not been a bad idea so far. Okay, so we'll go here.
Okay.
So I am going to, this is going to give you 1 green.
Yay!
It will give me 1 trade.
Yeah, 1 trade, 1 religion.
Not going to forget my religious ceremonies.
Yeah.
1 further religion,
Yeah.
so now I'm up to 5.
You're going to get 2 science,
2 science.
1 government, 1 craftsmanship, and 1 art.
And 1 did I already do the craftsmanship? No, remember also them getting an extra 1 for the camp because of the...
Okay, so 2 craftsmanship.
2 craftsmanship.
Yep.
Right, okay. So there. I think I was at 6. Maybe I'm there. Okay, so I'm thinking there. But then also, for every 2 that I produce, I gain 1. And I need to remember my navigation. Oof. Oh, and fishing. Okay,
There's
well,
a lot of stuff that you can end up having like a huge machine going. It's,
and there are some good habits that I've noticed that you and Olivier, the author, one of the authors, has. I've noticed that you guys sort of do like an upkeeping phase at the beginning where you're like, okay, what goes up, and then
sure.
So I need to remember to emulate that.
Yeah.
So I am effectively going to gain 2 for building an orange city. I think. Or what do I do? What do your points look like? I'm going to actually build a. I'm going to build a green city, gaining 2, so that puts me at 6. That gets me another influence. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 1 more city. Okay. Now I am going to develop a skill which helps me complete purple notice, and then I need to complete an orange notice. So looks like I have to build something out of there. It could be livestock. That will give me plenty of orange notices to finish. What the hey? For the sake of speed, we'll do livestock.
Okay.
Is there one with purple on the right? There is. Boom. And that is also going to gain me 3 victory points.
Okay.
And is there anything else that I gain? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Well, too late. So it's your turn.
Okay. This was just me attempting to figure out what I wanted to do. It doesn't really matter all that much at this stage because there aren't any great places for me to put what I'm trying to get down, so that's okay. I'm going to put this here. Oops. So closing this locus, so I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 art. Ooh. Plus each 2 that I produce, I get an extra 1. So 2, 4, 6, 8, I get an extra 4.
Take your shoes off.
After that, I'm going to get 1 science and 1 trade. So hey, that's not bad.
This is such a solid built-in board. Often they kind of sprawl out. We're doing a pretty good job of
We're not doing too badly for this one. Two-player games do tend to go a little bit more compact. Bearing in mind that I could go and build tiles like around where you are, it doesn't actually make any difference where you put your tiles. It's really whatever colours match up best for you. And the only thing that can make a difference is where you build your cities. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and spend... I had a plan and I forgot. I'm going to go ahead and spend... Yeah, what the hell? 1, 2, 3, 4... Bring me down to 10. Theocracy is really cool. Talking about the card, not the... So that gets me 2 influence, if you please.
Boom, catching up.
Yep. I am going to go ahead and develop Sacred Arts. Sacred Arts is a value 9. What Sacred Arts does is it's a pretty cool one-off effect. I immediately gain 15 victory points.
Whoa!
Oosh.
Whew. So you are now at 69, 74. Boom!
So,
nice.
Whew, catching up
Sacred
that gap. You're leaving me behind.
What level skill is that?
It's a 9. So there's like prerequisite. It's I had to set that up for a bit, but it happened. So I built a red nodus that gives me 2 red, and I didn't create a purple. Okay, that's me done. And I should have gotten 1 science at the start of my turn. I always forget to do that.
Okay. So, I am going to start by what I gained at the beginning of the turn, following Georgina's example. So we've got navigation, got some...
However, I did not spend the points.
My religious ceremonies.
Just the endless cheating.
Some fishing.
Yeah.
So I'm now at 11. And I think that's it. Okay. So I am going to place a land tile.
Yep, good match.
Here. So this is going to give me a whole lot of blue. So I'm going to get 6, so 3, 6, 7. So I'm going up to 10 there, and then 1, 2 red because of my ability there. And actually, sorry, 3 because I have livestock. So now I go up to 4. Okay. Do I want to do this now? Might as well do it now. So,
what are you trying to do?
Well, I'm using my craftsman. Is the
okay.
question. When to use the craftsman? So I could blow all of that up. I know that I'm going to need that. And I should probably strategize during Georgina's turn, so I will wait to do that. So I am going to. So trade routes is the skill.
Just
that
do
I'm
what
going
I
to
do and don't
this turn.
strategize.
I'm going to purchase trade routes for 6, but it is only going to cost me 5
Okay.
because I have special skills. Which then goes there. That's going to give me 3 victory points, which puts me at 79. And that's going to be useful at the end of the game.
Okay.
And it is your turn, Georgina.
Okay, lovely. This is rapidly coming to a close. I'm going to close this locus this time. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 government, which is going to max me out. That's okay. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 religion. It's going to take me up to 7. I'm going to get 1 science and 1 trade. That's easy. I'm going to go ahead and spend those 2 to build a city here. So that gets me 1 influence, if you would, good sir.
Yes. Did I remember to build a city last turn?
That's a very good question.
Hang on. No. 4, 5, 6, 7,
You're not going to be able
8,
to
9,
calculate it that way because you didn't do it every turn.
I am, because I actually counted 1 turn ago. I think I forgot to build a city. You know what?
There was 1 turn where you didn't build anything. I remember that.
This turn? This age?
No, it was a previous turn.
No, that was very much. You know what?
Okay.
I forgot, and I think I should probably pay for it at this point. So forget about that. That's fine.
I genuinely can't remember.
I think I forgot, but
Okay.
I can't remember either. So
Okay.
I won't do it.
You're still ahead of me for now.
For now, I think you're catching up.
I'm going to go ahead and develop warfare, which is quite terrifying.
Oh my god.
Here it comes.
Here it comes. Okay,
So
here comes the machine. Wow, okay.
So I don't really have an ideal place to put this. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and put it here. So that gets me 5 victory points to start with. It has a hefty prerequisite. I needed a 6 government skill to be able to develop warfare. And I'm going to gain 1 influence for every city that I control. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 influence points, please. I'm white. Why do I have so many more influence?
Sorry, I just did that there. So I give you
okay,
5
right.
instead of I give you
Okay.
sorry, so 79.
Okay.
Okay, and now you're
Okay.
getting 5 of these.
I'm white. No, I'm
You're
the white
white,
knight,
yes.
yeah.
So 19.
No, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I should get 9 points for every city that I have.
Right,
so
okay.
that's
So
5.
5, and then 4 more is going to put you at 23.
23.
Wow,
Nice.
nice.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a big card, that one. So that cost me 8 to do that.
Okay, wow.
Okay.
How many turns do we have left now?
1.
1 turn.
Yep.
This one right now, and then 1 more after that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to... So there's 2 things that I can build then. So the first thing that I need to do is I need to place a tile, which will give me some red. So I'm going to place... How much red do I need? I'm going to need a bunch more. I guess I can always convert down orange. Now, let's try this guy, maybe. There's red on that side. Oh boy. Okay, well, let's just say that I go here.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's terrible. Is there a red over here to be gained? There is. I'll go here. Okay. So that is going to get me 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 red, which puts me at my limit of 10. Then it is going to get me also 1 blue and 1 yellow. 1 blue putting me at 11 and 1 yellow putting me at 1. I am also going to not forget to do my navigation, my fishing, and my religious ceremonies. Okay, so now this turn, I'm going to think about what skills will gain me the most boom boom.
Is that a strategic term?
That's the technical term, actually. So Sacred Arts is great. Warfare is also great. Oh, I'm going to not forget to build a city.
Oh, nice.
Let's build an orange city somewhere, I suppose. So gaining effectively 2, putting it 14. Boom. So that's going to increase my influence there. So I can do. So I'm going to do Sacred Arts. Actually, no, I'm going to do Warfare. I'm going to copy you. I'm going to do Warfare, I think.
You do that.
So let's see what Warfare there is, what configurations there are left. Warfare has, nice, yellow, red, orange. Okay, useful. So that's going to give me... Although no, Sacred Arts is better now because otherwise Warfare will give me more points as I gain when I have one more city on the board.
Okay.
So I'll do Sacred Arts. So that would cost me 8 because of that. So I'll go down to 3 there. So immediately gain 15 victory points. I want to complete another yellow notice using it. So there it is. There are only 3. Looks like that needs to go there, I guess.
Makes sense.
I don't know. Is there one like that? No. Okay. Yeah, it has to go there. But okay. So that goes down there. Then it is going to... So that's going to immediately gain 15 victory points, which will put me on black. So I'm at 89.94. Then I'm going to... I guess that's it. And it's your turn.
Okay. So, final turn. I'm going to put my tile here. So that gets me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 science, which maxes me out. And I'm also going to get 1 art. Ooh. I would have gotten 1 science at the start of the turn, but I'm already maxed out. So.
Right.
Okay, so the plan is I'm going to spend... It would be 4. I'm basically at this point. I'm basically just going to go with the idea that I'm not going to beat you in terms of the 2, 3, 4. So 4 to upgrade a science religion. That's 2 influence for me.
Sorry.
Apologies for getting in front of the camera guys. And then my final action, because this is, I've been planning this out, I'm going to take chemistry. Chemistry, which allows me to, I basically gain 1, I gain victory points depending on what I have in my civilization tree. And the answer to that is a lot of cards. It's a big tree. That's 5 victory points for me, please.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, so this turn. I am going to place 2 land tiles, thanks to the craftsman. So let's start with what I need to do is I need to contest you in green. I need to purchase a big, nasty red card. I already am maxed out in red. So what I want to do is maybe pump up my... blue, you're purple, you're going to beat me in blue, so, I need to not forget my beginning of the turn effect, so I get 1 green, 1 orange, 1 purple, don't get blue, do I? No, okay. So, going to place 2 land tiles instead of 1, so let's go here, maybe. I need some of that as well. Okay, so... we'll just go here. It's going to generate red. I don't need red. I can use blue. I can use yellow. That's fine. So we'll go here. So that is going to generate 3 red. I'm already maxed. That is going to generate 3 yellow as well. 3 trade. That is going to generate 1 purple and 1, more red. Okay, great. So we've got that, and then I'm going to use this guy to do a second one, which will be... So I need to make sure that I'm higher than you in that. I am higher than you in that. Okay. And then let me make sure that Warfare I have the do a prerequisite. Yes. Okay. So I will place, I guess, this guy.
Okay.
Just for funsies. Let's make some blue, I guess. Here we go. Over here. Boom. So that's going to give me 1, 2, 3 green. So that's going to be up to 11.
Yep.
That's going to give me 3 blue.
4.
Sorry, 4 blue. Thank you. 7. It will give me 1, 2, 3 purple because I have this and that.
Yep.
And that's it.
Okay.
Okay, so now I am going to purchase... First, I'm going to build a level of a monument in order to dominate that. So instead of building a city, I will build this, which is going to cost me 4, putting me at 11. I need to figure out where to put that. There's not really a super advantageous
You've got a
place.
you've got a vestigium on there, so there's a fair amount of places you can put that.
Yeah.
Just
I'll just put it here, I guess. Question is whether to create an orange or a yellow. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to be gaining victory points for both of those. So we'll go there. Boom. So immediately convert 10 knowledge to the domain of my choice. So that's interesting. I guess I could...
I'm going to go ahead and add your victory points.
Thank you. I'll just do this. So it doesn't really matter what I'm going to do here because I'm just going to go there, and we'll pump that up to, I don't know, 9. Okay. And we'll pump up purple. Everything is up above where you're at. Okay, good. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot? Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now I'm going to purchase Warfare, which costs me 9.
Okay.
Sorry, it cost me 8 because I have that skill. So that puts me there. I am also going to convert these down just to make sure that I don't forget. So that I put you above there. So Warfare, pulled that out, and I found the one that was in an advantageous form. So that goes there. So I'm going to gain 5 victory points, which are now lapping. So is this one right? So I go here and 5 to there. Okay, and then, so that's, where is... And then I gain 1 influence for each city, so I gain 11. So I go up to 25 as well. Ooh, that's not enough to beat you there. Oof.
Not quite.
You're going to get to assimilate a skill. Wow. Okay, so we're at the end of the age and the end of the game, right?
Yes, we are. So at the end of the game, so we do the end of age as normal. Okay. So the player with the highest influence, so end of age effects. End of age effects. So I've got medicine. I gain 1 per green nodus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get 5 victory points.
I've been forgetting to do this. I forgot to do my road building at the end of the last age. I'm down. I was down. Like,
really? I thought you did it.
No, I forgot to gain.
You definitely did. Yeah. No, you did it.
Okay, good.
Don't worry.
Okay, so.
So that I gained 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's another 8 points. Brings me up to. No, hang on a minute. That doesn't sound right. No, it is.
8 points. 37.
Yep. And at the end of each age, I gain 1 victory point per base mastery card in my tree and 2 victory points per advanced mastery card in my tree. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 points for White.
Okay, so you are...
So 107
yeah.
plus 6. So 113. 113. Okay.
Nice. Shooting ahead. Okay, so I am going to do the same thing with road building. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, let me try this again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
So that's 7 victory points there. So that puts me at 112.
Yep.
And then I'm going to do the same with yellow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another 7 points, which puts me at 119. And I believe that's all the end of age effects.
Okay. So end of age effects, we resolve influence. So player with the highest influence gets to resolve to assimilate a mastery card. I have already
Because you have turn order.
the thing. Now what I can do, I just need to check the rules really quickly, because when it comes to assimilating, has been developed by.
Well, we have the same
that's a pain. Yeah, because I would have liked to have. Oh no, I can't anyway because I haven't. Oh no, I have. I have. Oh, it would have been cool for me to have been able to like develop that, but unfortunately, you would have had to develop it first, and then I could have developed it for free, which would have been super cool. But yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't quite work out that way.
Trade rates and bridges?
Can't quite see.
Oh no, those are
what it is that you have there that would necessarily interest me. I can only take each card once. So I have. Yeah, I did it first before it was cool, and then you copied me. You know what? I'll go ahead and take
something that has victory points.
Yeah, I mean they pretty much all do at this stage. It's just that we both have pretty much the same stuff. That would have been cool for me at some point, but never mind. I'll go ahead and take bridges. Why the hell not? Because I'm too far off on most of my objectives.
Bridges of Mesopotamia County. Okay.
Yep. So that is it for that, and then we all score victory points equal to our influence. So we both score 25.
So you're going to be at 138.
So you just hop up to space.
Yeah, you're 138, and I am going to be at.
So on the scoreboard, you see where it's got you can just pop up 2 lanes. There you go, and then add 8 to that.
Right, and then add 8 to that, so it'll be 47, right? Okay. So
that's the end of that. We're going to determine roles. So obviously the roles don't have any powers anymore, but all the cards are worth 3. Are there any that you don't have? No. So you can just take 3 times as many cards as there are.
3 times, and you got the governor, so 3 times 6, so that'll be 18.
Do I have the governor? I don't. You have 3 points as the governor. Yeah. So yeah, you beat me in everything again.
So that'll be.
How did you never spend any points? It's crazy.
It's more that I generated. Well, all I was doing was building cheap skills and low-level cities because I'm the Celts. So another 8 will put me at 5, so 65. Okay. So end of the game. Basically, all that's now left to do is our objective cards. So how many objectives did you manage to get out of the 5? I got 11 cities.
You did, yeah.
I got the correct number of notices.
Yeah.
I got the correct number of skills in my skill tree, and I managed to dominate 1 monument. So I got 4, so I get 70 points.
Yeah.
So that will put me at
so
235. Wait, 235, is that right? 235.
Yeah. Okay. And I did 4 out of the 5 as well. I couldn't. I should have concentrated harder on doing this one, but I just could not seem to get the 7.
208.
I don't think I would have. No, I wouldn't have been able to beat you anyway, even with the. Oh, actually, no, I would have gained 30 extra points. And,
from what?
Yeah, if I'd managed to get all 5, I would have gotten 100 victory points, which would have maybe just.
That would have made the difference.
Yeah, but I couldn't do it. So well. So congratulations, Owen, on your victory by many points and lots. 20, not that bad actually. 25 a bit more. 27 points you won by. So there you have it, everyone. That is a full game of Dominations. I played quite badly, but that is a basic example of how a game goes. Obviously, this took a lot longer than a regular game of Dominations goes because we were explaining a lot as we were going. As always, please do let us know if you have any questions in the comments, and yeah, we hope that you enjoyed the video, and we will see you very soon for more videos with all of the Dominations expansions. See you soon.